It's quite fascinating to discover that eating a simple meal before 8 a.m. may actually delay the aging of your leg muscles by up to 10 years. That might sound unbelievable at first, but let me explain. This has nothing to do with prescription medications or expensive supplements. What I'm referring to is a common, well-known food that many people have heard of, yet most ignore it every morning without realizing its benefits or even remembering it exists. Recent studies show that including this one item in your breakfast routine can help adults over the age of 60 maintain stronger leg muscles, improve their balance, reduce nighttime leg cramps, and potentially reduce the risk of leg muscle loss by as much as 72%. It's no small matter. Millions of older adults suffer silently from this condition, one that gradually takes away their ability to walk unaided. Over time, it forces them to rely on canes, walkers, wheelchairs, or in more serious cases, leads to permanent immobility. The shocking truth is, most people still have no idea this food can have such an impact. In fact, many make the situation worse every single day, unknowingly, by eating the wrong things as soon as they wake up. The question is, are you unknowingly losing leg strength every morning without even realizing it? Or is it simply something you never had a chance to build up? This script isn't just about pointing out a problem. It's about providing real, practical solutions. I'm going to show you which foods to prioritize in your morning routine and walk you through 5 incredibly simple breakfast choices that can help bring strength and balance back into your life after the age of 60. The last one on the list might take you by surprise. It's not what most people expect, but it can make a major difference. The truth is, you don't have to live with the feeling that your legs are getting weaker each day. You don't have to accept declining mobility, shaky balance, or reduced independence as just a normal part of aging. There's some good news here. All of this can be reversed. Yes, reversed. And perhaps the best part of all, you don't need any prescription medications. There's no need for expensive tools, therapy, or exhausting workouts. All it takes is one important step, and that is choosing the right foods in the morning. It might sound too simple to be true, but breakfast really is the foundation of how your body functions throughout the day. In fact, how you begin your day can either protect your leg muscles or slowly wear them down. Nutritionists and health researchers are increasingly concerned about this topic. Many people over 60 tend to skip breakfast altogether. Instead of fueling their bodies, they rely on just a cup of coffee, or they grab a slice of white bread. Sometimes they drink a glass of water and think that's enough to start the day. Unfortunately, these habits are part of the problem, not the solution. When you skip a proper meal in the morning, your body enters what's called a catabolic state. This means it starts to break down muscle tissue to provide the energy it needs. And guess which muscles go first? Your leg muscles, the ones that keep you standing, walking, balanced, and safe from falls. Without a proper breakfast, you could be losing a little bit of strength every single morning. And over time, that adds up. But the good news is, your body can rebuild strength if given the right tools. According to a study conducted at Tufts University, older adults can regain up to 35% of their leg strength in just 8 weeks, simply by eating a healthy breakfast that includes the right nutrients. That's a major difference, and a very achievable goal. The best part is, these foods are not exotic or hard to find. They're probably already in your kitchen. The problem isn't whether you have them, but rather how you're combining them and when you're eating them. Timing matters. What you eat within the first hour of waking up sets the tone for the rest of the day. The right choices can energize your muscles and prevent them from wasting away. The wrong choices, or skipping breakfast altogether, can silently rob you of strength one day at a time. In just a moment, I'll walk you through 5 simple but powerful breakfast foods that researchers say can help maintain leg muscle strength, reduce cramping, improve balance, and support mobility. And at the end of the video, I'll reveal one special item that has helped many older adults drastically improve their ability to walk, stand, and move around. It doesn't require a massive change, just a small portion eaten in the morning. You may think it's too late to regain what you've lost, but don't give up just yet. You may be surprised by how quickly your body responds when given the right fuel. This isn't guesswork. This is real science, supported by studies and lived experiences. And remember, muscle loss as you age is not something that always shows symptoms. That's what makes it so dangerous. It creeps in quietly. There's no sudden pain, no fever, no warning signs. One day your legs feel a little heavier. Another day, you hesitate slightly when stepping off a curb. And before long, it becomes normal to avoid stairs, to sit down more often, to walk less. It happens so gradually, you barely notice until it's already affected your life. This condition has a name, sarcopenia, and it affects millions of people over the age of 60 every single year. It's one of the leading reasons older adults struggle to walk long distances, get out of chairs, or keep their balance. It increases the risk of falls and injuries. Eventually, it leads many to depend on mobility aids like walkers, canes, or even round-the-clock assistance. What's most alarming is that sarcopenia often sets in silently, without warning. There's no inflammation or soreness to alert you. It just slowly steals your strength, day by day, until everyday movements become harder and harder. That's why it's so important to take action now, not later. You don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle. You just need to start with one thing, your breakfast. Start your day with the right fuel, and you may begin to see improvements in your strength, balance, and overall energy. The changes might seem small at first, but over time, they can completely transform how you move and feel. Stay with me to the end, because in just a moment, I'll show you exactly which foods to eat to support your legs, and I'll share one specific meal that could change everything, something thousands of seniors are already benefiting from. When you find yourself having to use your arms just to push yourself up from a chair, it may seem like a simple sign of aging, but that idea is entirely true. Growing older does not have to mean growing weaker. The truth is, losing leg strength is not an inevitable part of aging. It's a sign that your body isn't getting what it needs to maintain the foundation of your independence. The legs aren't just limbs. They are your pillars of movement, balance, and daily function. When they weaken, so does your sense of confidence and stability. According to the U.S. National Institute on Aging, people over the age of 60 may lose up to 33% of their leg muscle mass within just a decade if no preventive action is taken. That's a sobering number, and it highlights that the issue is far more serious than a little difficulty getting around. This isn't about appearances. It's about functionality, safety, and quality of life. When your leg muscles decline, your ability to balance is affected. Your risk of falling increases. Your stride becomes smaller and slower. Eventually, you start to notice subtle changes. Reduced energy, a sense of hesitation in your steps, less motivation to move around. Poor circulation also plays a role. It leads to reduced mobility, increased fat around the waist, lower bone density, difficulty sleeping, and a reduced appetite. And gradually, you begin to forget the simple joys, like walking with ease, climbing stairs without effort, or just rising from a chair without thinking twice. But one of the hardest parts isn't just a physical change. It's the emotional weight of feeling trapped inside a body that no longer supports your independence. And it often starts with something very few people consider: how you begin your morning. After 7 to 9 hours of sleep, your body wakes up in a state of extended fasting. If you delay eating or skip breakfast entirely, your body starts looking for fuel elsewhere, and it turns to your muscle tissue. That's right. Without food in the morning, your muscles are the first to go. And for older adults whose ability to build muscle is already diminished, this can be especially dangerous. Your legs, the largest and most vital muscles in the body, suffer the most. Skipping breakfast slowly but surely weakens them before you even take your first steps of the day. The legs contain the strongest muscle groups in the human body, and when those muscles start to shrink, it affects your entire metabolic system. Blood circulation drops, leading to even more complications. Weak legs mean poor balance, reduced endurance, and in many cases, a loss of confidence. It might start with something simple, like needing to grab the handrail on the stairs, or avoiding the longer route through park. But over time, the signals get louder: leg cramps, tingling sensations, trembling, numbness, and that increasingly familiar sense of instability when you move. When circulation in the legs decreases, it doesn't just make walking more difficult. It begins to impact your coordination, your ability to navigate daily activities, and even how comfortably you can stand still. Walking upstairs becomes a challenge. Getting up from the couch feels like a chore. Some mornings, your legs may feel as though they're made of stone. Others, they may feel like they've disappeared beneath you altogether. What's especially tragic is that many older adults go through this process without any diagnosed illness. They're not diabetic. They don't have arthritis. Their heart and lungs are fine, but they become sedentary, weak, dependent, not because of disease, but because their muscles were silently slipping away. But there is good news, very good news. Early intervention can reverse this. Your body, even after the age of 60, has the ability to repair, rebuild, and recover. You can strengthen your muscles, restore your balance, reduce cramps, and regain the sense of control that comes from being able to move freely and independently. All it takes is a small but consistent effort, and it begins with one simple change: what you eat in the morning. If you choose the right foods and eat them at the right time, particularly first thing after waking, you can fuel your body properly and stop the slow, daily breakdown of muscle. Your body doesn't need much to begin healing. Just nutrients, real, simple, effective fuel, and consistency. Let me share the story of David. He's 69 years old now. Once, he was a construction engineer who spent years climbing scaffolds, walking steep slopes, and moving through forests like it was second nature. His legs used to be his most reliable asset. They carried him through decades of physical labor, travel, and everyday activity without complaint. But lately, they'd begun to betray him. David started noticing changes in the mornings. His knees felt stiff as he stood up from bed. Some mornings, his legs felt like they were weighed down by lead. Other times, they felt numb, like they weren't even part of him. His early movements became quiet and uncertain. Getting up was no longer automatic. It felt like trying to force a rusted machine into motion. One morning, as he stepped out to grab the newspaper from the porch, he stumbled on a small step. He wasn't seriously hurt, but the moment shook him, not because of the fall itself, but because of what it symbolized, a realization that he could no longer fully trust his legs. The fall wasn't the issue. It was a feeling of decline that followed. His wife began to notice it too. She watched as he started moving slower, taking smaller steps. He used to enjoy early walks through the neighborhood, but now he seemed reluctant. Getting up from the couch required effort. He pressed his hands against his knees for support, something he had never done before. And then came the leg cramps at night. Regular, painful reminders that something wasn't right. David didn't have any serious health conditions. No arthritis. No diabetes. But what he did have was something doctors quietly refer to as the after 60 phase, a period of accelerated muscle atrophy that sneaks up on even the healthiest adults, especially in the legs. The muscles responsible for holding your weight, stabilizing your movement, helping you rise from a chair, or supporting you when you turn corners or step onto porch. They were fading, slowly and silently. After that stumble on the step, David decided to investigate. He spoke with a dietitian. He watched videos. He read everything he could, and he discovered something surprisingly simple. The food you eat in the morning matters a lot. It's not just fuel for energy. It's the very foundation of your muscle health. Since then, David's morning routine has changed. He no longer skips breakfast. Gone are the days of black coffee and nothing else. Now, he eats a proper morning meal that includes the nutrients his body needs to protect and rebuild his leg muscles. And slowly but surely, he's beginning to notice the difference. His steps are more confident. He doesn't feel as heavy when he moves. And most importantly, he feels in control again, not just of his legs, but of his future. He began his mornings with simple, nutrient-rich foods that gave his body exactly what it needed to rebuild strength. These meals weren't complicated or fancy, but they were packed with the right ingredients to support muscle growth, improve blood flow in his legs, reduce weakness, enhance his balance, and most importantly, allow him to stand on his own, confidently, without assistance, and without the constant fear of falling. Within just 3 weeks of consistently making this small change to his routine, he noticed something different. The heaviness in his legs began to fade. Getting out of bed became easier. There was a lightness in his steps that hadn't been there in years. The early morning stiffness that once made him dread, standing up had softened. The leg spasms that used to jolt him awake in the middle of the night had vanished. After pacing around the house a few mornings in a row, he felt inspired to go further. He stepped outside. The park that once felt too far to walk was now within reach. By the second month, he was comfortably walking more than 2 kilometers every morning. It became part of his routine, not a struggle, but a joy, a quiet victory he shared with himself each day. Lately, he finds himself saying to his wife, with genuine surprise and gratitude, "I feel like I've got my legs back." And he means it. That single shift in his morning routine, that decision to nourish his body rather than deprive it, gave him back something most people believe is permanently lost with age. He doesn't need a cane. He doesn't need someone to hold his arm. His legs carry him the way they used to. Strong, self-sufficient, capable. What David discovered, and what thousands of older adults are now experiencing for themselves, is that reclaiming your physical independence is not a matter of luck or genetics. It's a matter of knowledge and action. Understanding how your body works and what it needs, especially after 60, is the first step. And feeding your muscles the right way, started with breakfast, is essential to regaining and preserving strength. Now, let's take a closer look at the kinds of foods David began to include in his mornings. These aren't rare or expensive items. They're everyday foods that many people overlook, yet they hold the key to reversing muscle weakness and maintaining the ability to walk with ease. Whole eggs became one of David's go-to breakfasts. Boiled, scrambled, or added to a vegetable-rich dish, eggs are one of the most complete sources of protein available. They contain nearly all the essential amino acids required for muscle repair and growth. This is crucial, especially for legs that are more prone to muscle loss as we age. But what makes eggs particularly powerful isn't just the protein in the white. It's the nutrients in the yolk. The yolk is a nutritional goldmine. It contains vitamin D, which plays a role in muscle function and bone health. Vitamin B12 supports nerve function by preserving the myelin sheath that surrounds nerve fibers, a key element in keeping your communication between brain and muscles clear and fast. Choline boosts brain-muscle coordination, and leucine, a critical amino acid found in eggs, directly triggers muscle protein synthesis. In fact, a study from the University of Illinois found that adults over 60 who ate 2 whole eggs every day for 8 weeks experienced significant improvements in their leg strength and overall independence. That's not a small change. It's a measurable improvement in their ability to walk, balance, and remain active without assistance. Eggs also support neuromuscular health, which is essential for walking confidently, avoiding missteps, and maintaining a steady gait. The form of iron in eggs is especially easy to absorb, and that iron is necessary for carrying oxygen to the muscles, a vital function, particularly in the legs, where poor circulation can lead to cramps and fatigue. Many older adults struggle with low iron without even knowing it, and eggs provide a simple solution. To get the best results, David made sure to eat his eggs, whole, yolk and all, within the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking up. This timing helps stop the body from continuing its overnight catabolic state, where it starts breaking down muscle for energy. His favorite way was to boil them, a cooking method that keeps all the nutrients intact without adding unnecessary fat. Sometimes he scrambled them with spinach or chopped tomatoes for a bit of variety. Both of those vegetables are rich in magnesium and antioxidants, which further support the health of lower body muscles. For David, eggs became more than just food. They became his daily defense against the silent, creeping decline of leg strength that affects so many people after 60. Within a few weeks, he noticed less cramping, more stability, and an easier time standing up without bracing himself on furniture. His muscles felt alive again, but he didn't stop there. The second part of his breakfast included a bowl of oatmeal topped with chia seeds, a combination that gave him the long-lasting energy his muscles needed to stay active throughout the morning. Oatmeal provided slow-digesting carbohydrates that fueled his movement without causing a spike in blood sugar, while the chia seeds added fiber, healthy fats, and essential minerals. Together, this combination worked like a team. Oats contain a special soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which improves nutrient absorption and reduces inflammation, both of which are vital for healing and maintaining muscle tissue. Beta-glucan also helps keep blood sugar stable, which is especially important for older adults whose metabolic efficiency often declines with age. When blood sugar stays steady, your body can better regulate the intake and use of the proteins and minerals needed to rebuild leg muscles. Chia seeds, despite their tiny size, are nutrient giants. They're packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and support circulation. They're also high in calcium, potassium, and magnesium, minerals that are essential for proper muscle contraction, nerve function, and cramp prevention. Many seniors suffer from leg cramps at night because they lack these minerals in their diet. Magnesium, in particular, plays a key role in relaxing the smooth muscles of the legs and keeping electrolyte levels balanced. Without it, muscles tighten and spasm, circulation suffers, and walking becomes uncomfortable. Potassium helps oxygen and nutrients reach the deeper muscle fibers in the legs, the ones most often neglected and underused, especially in sedentary individuals. And calcium supports the signals between nerves and muscles, keeping every step smooth and controlled. With this oatmeal and chia seed combo, David found he could walk longer distances without his legs feeling tight or stiff. He didn't dread stairs or long paths anymore. In fact, he welcomed them. All of this was simple, achievable, no special equipment, no gym memberships, just the right food at the right time every morning. For best results, combine 3 tablespoons of rolled oats with either water or a nut-based milk like almond or cashew. Cook the mixture gently until the oats soften and release their natural creaminess. Then stir in a generous tablespoon of chia seeds. This simple blend is more than just a breakfast. It's fuel for your muscles. Add a few slices of banana or a small handful of blueberries as a topping. Not only will this enhance the natural sweetness, but it will also add a powerful antioxidant boost. You should try to enjoy this warm, ideally within an hour of waking up, when your body is still in a fasted state and ready to absorb nutrients more effectively. Many seniors who have adopted this oatmeal and chia combination as part of their daily routine report noticeable improvements. There's better balance when standing or climbing stairs, reduced pain and tightness in legs, and an increase in energy and endurance throughout the day. Leg cramps that once disturbed their sleep often disappear entirely. That's because this breakfast directly addresses the muscle's nutritional needs, helping them to heal, stay active, and respond properly to movement. Oatmeal is more than just a traditional breakfast staple. It provides a reliable, adaptable foundation for people over 60 to maintain their energy, mobility, and active engagement with life. With every spoonful, they're not just eating, they're investing in strength and independence. The third item that made its way into the morning menu is the humble banana, often referred to as nature's electrolyte pill for seniors. This nickname isn't just a catchy phrase. It's rooted in science. Bananas are one of the most effective fruits for preventing leg cramps, improving circulation, supporting healthy muscle contractions, and preserving muscle mass in older adults. And the timing of consumption makes a difference. Eating a banana in the early morning hours can correct deficiencies your body develops overnight. During sleep, potassium levels naturally drop, and for those over 60, that can mean the difference between walking comfortably or limping through the day. A medium-sized banana contains about 400 milligrams of potassium, roughly 10% of your daily needs. Potassium is vital to maintaining the electrical charge that runs across muscle cells, allowing them to contract and relax smoothly. Without enough of it, muscles start to misfire. That leads to spasms, twitching, or those painful cramps that jolt you awake at night or strike when you try to rest your legs. This issue is particularly common among older individuals who take diuretics or suffer from reduced mineral absorption, both of which further deplete potassium levels. The benefits are significant. Research shows that seniors who frequently eat bananas are 33% less likely to experience recurring leg cramps compared to those who do not get enough potassium-rich foods. Bananas are also a great source of vitamin B6, a nutrient essential for improving communication between the nervous system and muscles. According to research from Harvard University, vitamin B6 enhances nerve signal transmission, which supports coordination, balance, and stability while walking. Better nerve communication means fewer stumbles and more confident movement. However, bananas might not be suitable for everyone. People living with type 2 diabetes, those watching their blood sugar levels closely, or individuals with chronic kidney disease should be cautious about consuming too much potassium. In such cases, choosing a smaller banana or one that is slightly underripe can be helpful. Underripe bananas contain more resistant starch and less sugar, which helps prevent spikes in blood glucose while still providing key nutrients. For the most benefit, bananas should be eaten alongside or shortly after your main breakfast meal, not when hunger strikes later in the day. This timing helps regulate digestion and improves nutrient absorption. You can add banana slices to your oatmeal, stir them into chia pudding, or pair them with plain Greek yogurt for a balanced, satisfying meal. These combinations offer sustained energy, better blood sugar control, and, most importantly, long-term support for leg muscles. Most healthy seniors only need one small banana in the morning to maintain electrolyte balance. And this one small change can make a big difference in daily life. With consistent intake, people often notice improved stride, reduced muscle fatigue, and a greater sense of control over their movements. It's simple, it's affordable. Bananas are digested easily and, when used correctly, they deliver powerful support to your legs, boosting strength, improving circulation, and helping you start the day with confidence. Now, let's move to the fourth food that deserves a place in your morning, Greek yogurt. This nutrient-rich, adaptable food offers a wide range of health benefits, especially for older adults trying to avoid the hidden muscle loss that often occurs during the night. What makes Greek yogurt unique is the way it's made. Unlike regular yogurt, Greek yogurt undergoes a triple straining process that removes most of the liquid. What's left behind is a thick, creamy product packed with protein, calcium, and essential nutrients. Greek yogurt has nearly double the protein content of standard yogurt. That makes it an ideal choice for older adults who need to preserve and rebuild muscle. Its primary protein, casein, digests slowly and provides a steady stream of amino acids to your muscles over time. This is especially helpful after the body has spent the night in a fasted, catabolic state. During sleep, your body draws on its own energy reserves, often breaking down muscle in the process. For seniors, this is particularly concerning because age-related hormonal and metabolic changes already make it harder to rebuild muscle tissue. Without the right kind of protein early in the day, the muscle degradation continues, and the legs, already challenged by reduced activity, poor circulation, and declining hormone levels, continue to weaken. But Greek yogurt changes that. It contains leucine, a key amino acid that signals your body to start muscle protein synthesis, the biological process that builds and repairs muscle tissue. A single 170-gram serving of Greek yogurt provides about 17 grams of high-quality protein, enough to jumpstart recovery and growth. It also delivers an excellent source of calcium and vitamin D. These nutrients help maintain bone strength and support neuromuscular coordination, both essential for balance and safe, confident walking. Without enough calcium and vitamin D, not only do your bones become more brittle, but your nervous system also struggles to send the correct messages to your muscles, making it harder to react quickly, adjust your footing, or keep your stride steady. Greek yogurt can be eaten plain or topped with berries, a few seeds, or a drizzle of honey for flavor. Some prefer it mixed into smoothies or served with oats and bananas for a more filling breakfast. However you choose to enjoy it, it's clear that Greek yogurt offers much more than taste. For older adults, it represents a smart, powerful step toward leg strength, better mobility, and the independence that comes from being able to move through life without relying on others. The probiotics found in Greek yogurt are known for their ability to support gut health, but they do far more than just aid digestion. These beneficial bacteria also help the body absorb nutrients more efficiently and reduce chronic inflammation throughout the body, including the legs. This anti-inflammatory effect plays a crucial role in enhancing blood circulation in the lower limbs, promoting better delivery of oxygen and nutrients to muscles, and supporting their recovery and strength. In a 2006 study conducted at Maastricht University in the Netherlands, older adults who consumed 20 grams of casein protein each morning, even with minimal physical activity, showed noticeable improvements in leg strength within just 6 weeks. These same individuals also demonstrated better balance and reported fewer leg cramps during the night, one of the most uncomfortable symptoms of age-related muscle decline. Their progress was a direct result of properly timed protein intake and the quality of the nutrients consumed. However, Greek yogurt isn't suitable for everyone. Those who are lactose intolerant or who have sensitive digestive systems may find it difficult to digest. Thankfully, lactose-free Greek yogurt options are available, offering the same high-protein benefits without the discomfort. Additionally, yogurt made from goat's milk or sheep's milk tends to be easier on the stomach and may be a good alternative for individuals with mild intolerance. It's important to avoid overly processed, sugar-laden yogurts commonly found in supermarkets. These products often contain artificial flavors and sweeteners that can lead to elevated blood sugar, inflammation, and slower muscle recovery, particularly in people over 60. To make the most of your yogurt, aim to consume it within an hour of waking or about 30 minutes after light morning activity. Add unsweetened chia seeds, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a few fresh berries for enhanced nutrition and a boost of flavor. Greek yogurt's high protein content, digestibility, and versatility make it a reliable companion for maintaining leg health balance and energy throughout the day. Starting the morning with this nourishing food provides a foundation of strength and stability, allowing you to face daily challenges with renewed vigor. The fifth and final breakfast option isn't just about protein. It's about incorporating foods that fight the silent and persistent threat of muscle degradation. Fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, and sardines are exceptional choices. Eating these at least twice a week in the morning can have a remarkable impact on muscle maintenance, particularly in the legs. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA, which have been shown to enhance insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and improve muscle protein synthesis. These nutrients work together to counteract the natural muscle loss that occurs with aging. In a study published by the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who consume 2 servings of fatty fish per week retained 27% more leg muscle mass than those who primarily ate red meat or consumed little fish. This same group demonstrated stronger walking ability, steadier balance, and experienced a 36% lower risk of falling due to weakened leg muscles. The reason behind these benefits lies in how omega-3s address inflammation, a subtle but destructive process that gradually erodes muscle tissue, particularly in the lower body. By reducing chronic inflammation, fatty fish help preserve muscle flexibility, support regeneration, and maintain strength. Salmon is especially valuable. Just 100 grams of cooked salmon offers approximately 20 grams of easily digestible protein, along with high levels of vitamins B6, B12, and D. These vitamins are essential for healthy neuromuscular communication, ensuring your brain and muscles work together seamlessly when you walk, turn, or climb stairs. Preparing salmon doesn't have to be complicated. A fresh fillet can be pan-seared in a little extra virgin olive oil for 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Serve with steamed vegetables, roasted sweet potatoes, or slices of avocado. It becomes a complete breakfast rich in protein, minerals, and healthy fats. If mornings are too rushed for cooking, opt for a serving of unsweetened smoked salmon, or consider a high-quality fish oil supplement. While whole food sources are generally preferred, supplements may be a helpful alternative for those with limited time or dietary restrictions. People with fat digestion issues, fatty liver, or high cholesterol should consult a healthcare provider before increasing fatty fish intake. Begin with smaller portions and try eating earlier in the morning when digestion is more efficient. Baked or steamed fish is recommended over fried versions to minimize digestive strain. If bloating or delayed digestion occurs, consider discussing the use of digestive enzymes with a doctor. The value of fatty fish extends well beyond their protein content. They serve as natural lubricants for the muscles, keeping tissue supple and prepared for the movements of daily life. For aging legs, this nutritional support is crucial. Including just 1 serving of salmon in your weekly breakfast routine can improve walking confidence, balance, and overall activity levels. And now, the final meal, the one quietly mentioned earlier in this journey, brings everything together. It's not exotic, expensive, or hard to find. It's a staple found in nearly every kitchen. Perfectly steamed sweet potatoes, seasoned lightly with a pinch of natural mineral salt, such as Celtic sea salt. Simple as it may seem, this food has a surprisingly wide-reaching effect. Sweet potatoes are rich in complex carbohydrates, dietary fiber, and a unique combination of vitamins and minerals that directly benefit muscle and nerve function. Their slow-burning starches provide long-lasting energy, preventing the mid-morning fatigue that often accompanies low blood sugar. The high potassium content in sweet potatoes works alongside their natural magnesium and vitamin C to reduce muscle soreness, encourage healthy nerve transmission, and minimize the risk of cramping. When you combine sweet potatoes with a touch of high-quality mineral salt, such as Himalayan or Celtic sea salt, you're not just enhancing flavor. You're providing your body with trace elements that support hydration and electrolyte balance. These minerals are especially helpful in preventing muscle spasms, supporting joint mobility, and maintaining coordination. Sweet potatoes also contain beta-carotene, a powerful antioxidant that supports cellular repair and reduces oxidative stress. Two important factors in preserving muscle integrity and reducing inflammation throughout the legs. And unlike processed starches, sweet potatoes are gentle on the digestive system and provide a steady release of glucose, which fuels muscle activity throughout the morning. Their preparation can be as simple as gently steaming or baking them until soft, then lightly mashing or slicing them. They pair beautifully with eggs, yogurt, or even salmon for a complete muscle-friendly meal. And because they're so versatile, sweet potatoes can be enjoyed multiple times a week without boredom. Eating sweet potatoes regularly helps build endurance, stabilize blood sugar, and support the systems in the body responsible for motion and balance. They're a humble food with an extraordinary effect. When used wisely, they not only nourish your muscles, but reinforce a foundation that allows you to remain independent, active, and self-reliant well into later life. Sweet potatoes' high complex carbohydrate content helps replenish glycogen stores in your muscles after a night of restlessness. Unlike many breakfast foods that spike blood sugar, the starch in sweet potatoes provides stable energy, preventing early morning fatigue, especially in the legs, which are vulnerable to cramps, aches, and slow weakening without proper nutrition. Rich in vitamin C, potassium, magnesium, and manganese, sweet potatoes supply everything your legs need to maintain healthy blood flow, stable nerve signals, and electrolyte balance. Magnesium, in particular, promotes muscle relaxation, reduces stiffness, relieves cramps, and increases your overall sense of balance and stability as you go about your day. The secret addition? Celtic sea salt. Unlike common table salt, this natural, unrefined mineral contains over 80 trace elements essential for muscular health and coordinated contractions. It supports fluid balance in muscle tissue and encourages proper electrolyte replenishment, key for leg muscle recovery. A study from French Institute of Mineral Nutrition showed that individuals who ate high-fiber sweet potatoes with potassium and magnesium-rich sea salt for breakfast improved their balance by 41% and cut their risk of falling by nearly 50% in just 90 days. It's easy to do. On half of a warm, steamed sweet potato, add a small sprinkle, just a teaspoon, of Celtic sea salt. Eat it warm, ideally after sipping a glass of warm water around 10 minutes before your main breakfast. This timing helps absorb minerals more effectively and stabilizes your blood sugar throughout the morning. Just a week of this habit can bring noticeable changes. Lighter steps, fewer cramps, improved circulation, and more confidence when getting up. This simple yet powerful breakfast is often overlooked, but it can play a major role in maintaining mobility and strength in your 60s and beyond. Developing a leg-supported morning routine is crucial. Begin by drinking a glass of warm water, mixed with a pinch of natural mineral salt right after waking. This helps counter the heavy, unstable leg feeling many experience in the morning due to overnight dehydration and electrolyte depletion. About 250 milliliters of water with 1/5 teaspoon of Celtic or Himalayan salt revives leg circulation, calms the nerves, and protects against early morning cramps. 5 minutes later, after sipping the water slowly, start your breakfast. Then spend just 3 minutes doing a simple leg lift and balance exercise. No equipment is required, and you can stay indoors. Stand up, lift one foot slightly off the ground, and hold a position for 10 seconds. Then switch legs. Do 5 rounds on each side. This exercise activates hip, thigh, and calf muscles, the same ones that often shrink and weaken first with age. It also enhances body awareness and balance, reducing your risk of falling. Avoid jumping out of bed too fast. Sudden movement can cause dizziness or imbalance. Instead, take 3 slow breaths, Sit up gently and rotate your ankles and wrists to gradually boost circulation. This helps you feel more in control and less shaky as you begin your day. If you're able, step into sunlight for a few minutes after waking. 5 minutes beside a sunny window or balcony significantly boosts natural vitamin D production, which supports bone strength and calcium absorption. That matters, especially for older adults who are experiencing muscle loss or struggling with leg weakness. It's a small action with big impact. Try not to delay your first meal too long. Skipping breakfast repeatedly can push your body into a catabolic state, where it starts to break down muscle tissue for fuel. If you don't feel ready for a full breakfast, start small. Half a steamed sweet potato, a boiled egg, or a little oatmeal is enough to shift your body from breaking down muscle into repairing and rebuilding it. By combining these rituals and nutrient-rich breakfast choices, your legs begin to heal daily. Your movements grow steadier, your confidence rises, and those moments of instability start to fade. You just learned how 5 strategic breakfast foods can protect and restore your leg's strength, balance, circulation, and stability after age 60. These are not trends or gimmicks. They are proven, practical choices that can change your everyday experience. Just one of these habits, like steamed sweet potatoes with mineral salt, can jumpstart a cascade of healing processes in your legs and nervous system. Now it's up to you. Will you allow another day to pass while your leg strength gradually declines? Or will you take one small but powerful action tomorrow morning to reclaim control over your independence, your steps, and your safety? If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it with others, and subscribe.